Hey there friends and welcome back to the channel. My name is Robert and today we are back with the forest tour time. And with that said, we're just going to jump right into part 2. Welcome back to tour time. This is our first base that we'll be looking at today. We kind of done it, I suppose, like a castle. That's what you'll notice about some of our themes, castle themed. And we have these giant stakes. Again, to prevent cannibals coming close to our gates. And then we do have defenses set up around and about the base. We have 2 entries too, so if cannibals cram up at one part, so say if they cram up down here, we have that gate we can run out if we wish. So yeah, and then we have this bad boy. This is the first ever catapult that we built. And we use this pretty much, so someone will like be up the wall, you know, as they do, and if you know they're banging out the gates because you can hear them, would launch shit over the gates and they die. Pretty simple. It's a catapult. But yes, so the idea with the gate, this is what I thought was really cool about this build, is the whole like wall walk around where we had like little bone structures and you literally had arrows, and it kind of reminds me from something of Lord of the Rings. Like, do you know the Helm's Deep battle? Pretty much this, but with cannibals, right? It's like you have like loads of arrows and stuff, and like if you have the stuff, you can light your arrow on fire and you could shoot down through the skeleton bones at the cannibals. And then we had like arrow holders at every point down the castle wall, and we were meant to carry it all the way down, but you know, I think that just became like a lost feature. But yeah, there was supposed to be arrows, arrow baskets all the way down, and for this reason, like, you'd see loads of cannibals come, you'd have loads of arrows to just shoot at people. And we do have a catapult here as well, so when they're further out... Oh wow, I wish they'd stop. Oh. One got in, one got in. But yes, as you can tell, this is like Cannibal Central too, by the way. But we have archery ranges, so we can practice shooting our arrows. Our first houseboat too, with, again, a log sled, as featured in last episode for the first time. But we have like a bajillion of them. I can't remember why we had a bajillion of them, but we've got a bajillion of them. Anyway, we've got this is where we tried to do the achievement to get every animal head on the wall. And that's what we did. We actually went around and got every single animal head possible in the game, just threw it on the wall, just as a feature to the house. And then we have a little bird thingy-mabob there, birdhouse, for the birds to come in. And in here, it was literally all skin racks and bone baskets. And the idea behind this was we wanted to make it like a little village. So that was like the storage area for like all our skins and bones. We had this little area which was like our food area. So that's why there's so many drying racks on the inside, but I don't know if you've seen on the outside. We have little baskets off the house to also plant food in. We have water all down the side and another birdhouse, so we can get the meat from the birds when they land on that one. We use the other one for feathers. And we also have a giant garden on a roof. That's also something that I really liked about this base, is that we actually, for the first time, was where we started building on roofs and experimenting with stuff like that. And then just behind us, we have a gazebo that takes so much stuff, by the way, like lots of stuff. But we put 2 little seats here so you could, you know, look out to sea, and really nice view at nighttime, I have to say. And anyway, onto the other house. This is like the big main storage. With, you know, all your rocks, logs, sticks and stuff. There's doors on either side, so there's one door at the front here, one door on the side, and another door on the side. Nothing at the back, just so for like multiple entrances. So like if we're carrying logs, we don't want it to only be one entrance on the front if we're coming from the side. We just thought we'd build the doors on every side. I can't remember if we showed you in here or not. I don't think I have. But anyway, this is the house. This was designed a bit more fashionable, I suppose, than the other houses. Because we've got a little chair here, again, for a little fire. and a couch, so you can have like a little family gathering if you have like multiple people on. Little end table there for your drinks. Little weapons rack for people to store their axes, and then we had a bed downstairs under the stairs. That's just for instead of us having to run all the way upstairs, we could just rest downstairs. And then we went with like picture frames on the walls, but they don't have pictures in. But we just kept them as that anyway. I think it was just because we forgot to put pictures in, but it's okay because I like it like that anyway, because, you know, I just like it. And then we've got a little weapon rack actually here with like loads of bow and arrows on. I don't know if you can see, but it's 2 bow and arrows and a stone axe. So obviously, again, as you've seen, if a cannibal somehow manages to glitch over like that or jump over, you have weapons here that you can end his life with and burn him into bones. And then we have little armor racks also. We've got one here just next to the weapon rack, just so, again, if cannibals get over, you've got armor. And then these upper 2 floors we didn't actually get around to finishing, which is a shame really, considering the amount of time we put into this house. But I suppose maybe for an episode we can come back and maybe finish this base off. Who knows? Just let me know down in the comments if that's what you'd like, and you know, we can easily come back and finish it. And then this, so this was supposed to be like a giant, like fire pit, right? Like a custom one, where everyone can stand inside, and we're going to have like seats and stuff like that, and we can throw cannibal bodies in there. But at night time, it gives off so much light, but also makes it look really nice. And it was supposed to be like the centerpiece for the city center. And then we've got these gates going around the back too. This is like a really unfinished project, but I mean, for what we got, I thought it's worth throwing in because of the amount of work. Because it'd be a shame not to. But like I said, we can come back and definitely finish it if that's what you guys would like. But yeah, out back here, we're supposed to actually be building some kind of dock, or if we needed any extensions ever, that's what that would be used for. And then our sleeping quarters for the beginning is we done, again, another dock coming all the way to this yacht. Like, this yacht was so handy for a lot of our projects, especially the sea ones, because it was a place where you could go for safety, to save. It would always have, like, here, your food and drinks and stuff like that, which was, like, very essential to survival. But this time I thought, like, I want to make it different. So we decided to go with a little stone wall and build a stone wall around the dock. You know, just so you don't fall off, like how I got pushed off last episode when we were doing the big lift one. And then I thought, you know, for the side walls for the big castle, I didn't want it to just be all see-through and wood because I didn't really like the look. So I went with the idea to fill it all in so it looked like a proper sturdy castle wall. And that again is pretty much it. We have our traps outside and loads of cannibals. And my girlfriend's out there right now fighting. I'll just give you a little example of what this would be like. It would be like that, but better because it would actually hit, you know, and not miss. But it happened to scarp them away. Let's try it again. Yeah, I think they're just a little bit out of reach there, I think. We could definitely maybe fix some things together and make that better. And then on the other side, I'll show you the other bridge actually. On the other side, again, it's just a normal standard bridge. We had these here to stop the cannibals, but we had a zip line up here for a lot of our log gathering, because there was lots of logs up there, so we just slide them down the zip line. And yeah, we had like loads of these traps. I really like these traps as well. And we had some effigies here that we made out of cannibals. Obviously to try and scare them away. I'm not sure why that was there, but yeah. So that's pretty much that base. I really like this base. It had a lot of unique details, and it was definitely one of our biggest builds. Hold on, let me just deal with him. Yeah, okay, he's run away. Too scared to fight us. But yeah, this is one of my favorite bases, I think. Not that not my favorite base though. I think maybe some of it from the new build I think I like slightly better, but this is definitely a masterpiece of its own and will always be remembered. So with that said, we'll move on to the next base.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
So, this is our second base. Welcome to Little Hunting Cabin again. Again, slightly designed different to the one that we had in the last episode, the one on a beach. We've got a deer head this time and not turtle heads everywhere. And we've got heads all around. This is also where we're trying to do the head challenge for all the animals. But obviously it didn't work, so you know, the last space, that's where we got it. We got 2 water thingamabobs there so we can drink water from. And we've also got, again, a birdhouse, because they're very handy, I find. Like, they're good source for, like, luring food and feathers. Inside of the cabin's pretty basic, you know, got just that little bed on the floor. Not really a bed, really, just, like, papers and stuff down. And then we got 2 drying racks with a foot on for some reason and some meats. And then we've got that on the inside to keep us warm because we, for some reason, started getting cold through that cabin. I don't know why, but yeah. So then we've got a nice little pathway to come out, which leads us to a little fire in the front. So if we want to sit outside, we can always do that. But something that I like about this little hunting cabin compared to the beach one is we made this like giant like path that goes all the way down and around. I wanted to make it like kind of special, so we went with like a rock path and a little wooden fence all the way around. We made a tree house that we could like hide up in or just go to chill out in if cannibals come. Ah, my girlfriend was already in here hiding, waiting for us. Again, pretty empty. But I to be honest, I don't think it needed that much detail in it, to be honest. This was just meant for like a little chill out place or to shoot from if cannibals did come. But luckily enough, for some reason, this place is pretty safe from cannibals. For some reason, they didn't really come up this side too often, I found. We never really got attacked. I don't think we've been attacked once since being in this little area, to be honest. Not like the beach place where we're constantly attacked all the time. Like, and then we had like little skin racks on the sides where we could deposit our skins. But overall, that was a pretty simple base. Wasn't too crazy. We just kind of used this as like a come here to stop by and visit, or if we need to like just stay here for the night or hunt animals. That's kind of what this was used for. It wasn't really a big primary base. But I thought it was cool and it had the little features and it was niche enough to where I thought, you know, this could be a really good addition to our little base tour or tour time. So I thought, yeah, why not throw it in? So here it is, our little hunting shack that is very nice, I think. You know, very calm. You got the bench where you can look back at the mountains and stuff. Really nice on views. So yeah, that's this space done quite quickly, but it is what it is. But it's got its own like little unique things that I quite like. So on to the next one and final one. Woo! Welcome to the final base of tour time for this evening. We have these slick, big wooden barriers, just like how we did in the first base, all made out of rock wall. Originally, we were going to go with the idea of a bunker, but instead we just kind of threw that idea completely out the window and just went with what we thought looked good. So on the inside, we've got a little fireplace. We've got a little food rack here in the corner. Luckily, the cannibals can't reach through the wall and grab our food. And then over here, we have another food rack with a dried up rabbit, a little bed, cozy bed there. Weapon rack here with all the deadly tools. And a proper cozy little fireplace. No sofa in this one though, unfortunately. Not next to the fireplace anyway, because it's over here next to our little dining table where we can eat our food. We also have these proper fancy chandelier lights and a little like drop down skull light. I think we should have gone with maybe another chandelier. I'm not too sure. And then we've also got the wall mounted weapon rack too, just for choice. And then these stairs are wonky as hell, but they work. And then you just have to jump up this little part here. And then this really was just supposed to be used. We were going to use it for, like, I said, a bunker, so we'd have like a whole nother top with like these as windows. But instead we just kept it as an open lookout point because we just thought it'd be easier. Plus, if we wanted to just jump down and you've got God mode on, you know, won't hurt. And again, this took longer just from the amount of stones that we had to use. But otherwise, to be honest, if it wasn't for the stones taking so long, it wouldn't be that bad. And then again, we've got the Blick and Fancy log sled, which are always handy, but that's not all. If you run out a little bit, we have a giant tower here. You have to jump to grab the rope, just because it's a little bit weird like that. But this is like a watch out tower, so if you wanted to like see what was there, or like, you know, browse the landscape, see if there's any useful resources, you could do that from up here. Browse about at the trees, look down there. And then I'm going to bring us to the final point of this base, which is the big custom-made penis tower. And the big custom penis tower on the floor was just there for decoration originally. But I think it helps as good luck to fight against the cannibals. And keeps them away because they don't want to get attacked by a giant penis. So I think the big penis as decoration brings us some good luck. There's not much food here, so I don't really recommend building up here unless you've got God mode on and you just go in like sandbox or something. I wouldn't really recommend building here just because of the disadvantages you're going to be at. Like, there's not many logs, there's not much food, there's cannibals. I'd advise definitely building more inland in here. But for anyone who ever did want that challenge, you could definitely come up here and build, and it's a quite snug little corner up here where you can build against. And it's really, really helpful and useful, especially to keep yourself like away anyways, if that's where you want it to be. But yeah, that is this build. But yeah, that is going to be the end of this tour time. And I really hope you enjoyed. There's a lot of cannibals here. But yes, I really hope you enjoyed this tour time. I know it's more on the shorter side, but just because some of the bases were shorter, but I think they were unique enough anyway to stick in, and I hope you thought so too. But with that said, I will see you in the next tour time, and for now, that's bye.